How would you describe the way things went today? I mean, were they more physical than you anticipated, or?
First off, let's not go there about the physical part, because I know how physical this team is. So I think today, as defense, I don't think we did a lot of things right. We didn't tackle, we didn't cover. Obviously, we missed a bunch of plays. They made a bunch of big plays. We had a chance to keep the game close, and we didn't. The good thing is I've been around this league for a long time, and the good thing about the regular season is you take a loss, but we get a chance to line up and play another good team next week.
After a couple of really emotional wins for you guys, and you guys playing 90-some snaps against Buffalo, do you think there was a little bit of attrition in this game with all that?
No, I don't think it's that. I think that, we knew we were playing a good team. We knew we had to do what we needed to do. We knew that they could run the ball, we knew they could throw the ball. We knew we had to get them out of rhythm. But we did. Early in the game we did, but kind of later we had some leakage in the run game. And again, I think we all feel it. We all got that feeling in our stomach. The feeling that we never want to feel. We didn't feel this for a long time. I think we won 5 straight. Now we just took an L. And the thing I do know about this team, it was make us so special, is the way that we respond. Everybody kind of go back, and not that everybody's not been going back, but we'll take a break and come in, fix things on tomorrow, and get ready for the next game.
After a couple of good drives defensively to start this game, what changed?
Nothing. Like I said, we started the game hot. They made some plays. We made some tackles. As a defense, we got to hold ourselves accountable for that. But I think at the end of the day, everybody played the balls off. We just didn't, then making up plays on defense to win the game.
Did you think it would be possible for any team to score 6 straight? They scored 6 touchdowns in 6 straight possessions. Would you even think that's possible against your guys' defense?
It's the NFL. I mean, they get paid to play too. So let's be honest. That's a really good football team we just played, and the good thing about it is there's a chance that we get to see them again, and maybe things will be different. But I know it'll be later in the season, and this is one of these games we got to look at each other, and like I just said, hold each other accountable and move on.
Are you hoping to have that chance to see them again?
Yeah.
Why do you think missed tackles were an issue in this game?
I mean, if you watch the same game I watched, I think we missed a lot of tackles. A bunch of yards after the carry. We missed some stuff in the hole. There's things we normally don't do. So we get a chance to go play another good football team next week. A division game. We know them. They know them. We know them. They know us. They've won some games in a row. They've been hot. They've been playing at home, so we got to go on the road. If you want to be a good team on the road, you want to be a good team, win games on the road.
Fletcher, so much was made before this game about trash talking and all that. Was there any of that going on the field? There was obviously the altercation there with Donald.
I don't get into none of that, man. I'm grown. I'm an adult. I'm a pro. I don't get into the whole trash talk deal. I'm here to play football. I'm here to do that. I've been doing it for 12 years, and I've been doing it the 1 yard.
Fletcher, you talked about the idea of bouncing back. Can you kind of elaborate on? You've seen this happen before, and the key to coming back strong.
It's just making sure this team don't get separated. Making sure this team will get separated, making sure everybody's staying together, which I know it will do. Coach, Nick do a great job of making sure this team's staying together. Nobody's separating themselves from one another. Nobody's going to eat lunch in their car. Everybody going to eat breakfast in the cafeteria. Everybody going to eat lunch in the cafeteria. Everybody's going to still joke around, play pool, shuffleboard, ping pong. All those things we've been doing all year is going to continue to do it because this is the kind of team that we have.
On the one, it was a false start. Encroachment, not encroachment, but offsides. The penalties, the little things caught up with us today.
Brandon, what were you able to do to you guys after the first 2 drives when you held them to -6 yards? What happened at that point?
I just think, in those moments, we got to capture those moments. We got to, score points. I mean, field goals is cool, but, we really trying to, go up as fast, capture that momentum. But we didn't do that today as a collective, and, we going to own that together. And what I do respect is 49ers came in, did their job. They came out, they executed their game plan. They stayed with it. And, little things caught up to us today. Penalties, all the little stuff. But, much credit to them.
What do you think it did to the vibe of the?
They got a bunch of players, and we got a bunch of players too. But they made the plays today. We all special, and we all go out there and we play hard. But I just think that they carried out their game plan a little more today, and I just know that it's much credit to them, man. I know that we gonna fight to make sure we get it right, get this bad taste out of our mouth.
As a leader, what will your message be in the locker room this week?
Stay focused. Stay with it. Learn from this. Learn from the little things that kept them in the game. I know Sweaty was feeling bad, on them offsides because, lining up in the neutral zone. We always talk about just little stuff that could hurt us, and I know that I got his back. I know that he gonna make it right, and we gonna be good, and that's what I like. I know that we gonna give our best shot in practice this week. We gonna keep on working, and 10-2. All right, let's get it. The main goal is winning every week and trying to get this bye for the first round, and we gotta beat the Cowboys next week, and so. Much credit to the 49ers, though.
When the defense is really struggling to tackle, bring guys down to the ground, what's kind of your message to the team to keep them focused? Because tackling, honestly, kind of caused a lot of the problems.
Yeah, it was a lot of that, and I know a lot of guys wish that they could have it back. Even when me and Morrow was talking when what's the name, Debo scored off the missed tackle off he had, and we just know that it was just one of them games that, dang, they got us. And like I say, much respect to them. I know that we're going to come back ready to go tomorrow. We're going to learn from it, see how they was hitting us, and you're going to see the little things that caught up to us, the penalties and crucial moments where then can't get off on third down. That was big. But, yeah, like I say, they made their plays, and that's what you do in these games. And you got to try to capture that momentum. And I felt like in the beginning it was going. But we got to score touchdowns. And, of course, I ain't putting no blame, but I'm just saying, I'm just stating the obvious in these type of games. You got to make sure that you, take full advantage of these moments. But much credit to the 49ers because they did. And we just didn't today. It wasn't our day today.
BG, what did they change offensively on the first touchdown drive that they were able to score as far as Purdy getting it to Ayuk and then kind of breaking things open? Because I feel like the vibe changed after that sequence. They went 3 straight touchdowns consecutively.
Well, I just think that when we was up 6-0, we knew it wasn't enough. We had to make sure they're gonna still run their offense, and they did, and they went down, scored. They started running the ball a little bit. This was probably the worst game we gave up. Some runs, and they, like I say, they played a good game, and all I know is I love this team. I know that we're going to get it right, and we can't wait to hurry up and get to practice and get this bad taste out of our mouth.
What did you see on that sequence where Dre Greenlaw got ejected and also Dom the security for the Eagles? What did you think? There were people on Twitter who were saying that, a player should never be touched, and the Eagles security touched, Greenlaw first.
Well, who talking? You know what I'm saying? It's whoever, really talking. Is the 49ers fans saying that? You know what I'm saying? But I know that at the end of the day, it's high emotions. We got to make sure that we always control those. That's what we talked about this week. We knew it was going to be one of those type of games. It was chippy, and, both of them got ejected. So at the end of the day, I trust Dom. I know Dom, at the end of the day, this is the first time I ever seen him get thrown out of the game. But it just so happened that, like I say, it was one of those emotional games. It was words being said. I think he said something, and then what's his name tried to swing on him. Hey, at the end of the day, it's one of those things where you got to control yourself. And, I hate that both of them got ejected, but that's part of the game. And I know that, Dom, if you know Dom, he ain't putting hands on people. And, I know that he going to learn from this too. But all I know is, 49ers came and they got the win, and we got much respect for them, and we'll see them again.
Do you think, that they're obviously one of the better teams in the conference, and so are you? Do you think there's a chance to see them again? And
Yeah. They play hard just like us, and it's one of those games where if we'd have took advantage of those moments where we started fast, go up 14-0, different game. You know what I'm saying? Different call and all that. But I just think that we just didn't capture it like we should have. But much credit to them because they came out and they stayed with it and they made plays and they ain't looked back.
AJ, how disappointing was it early to have to settle for a couple of field goals?
It's disappointing. When you drive down the field and you're trying to put it in the end zone, we come up short. I think it was just something that we were doing. I don't think it was nothing they were doing. I think it was just self-inflicted wound. So.
What was the biggest challenge in trying to establish a rhythm offensively?
The big challenge, they was flying around making plays. I think for us, it was just self-inflicted. I'm going to keep repeating, you know. So.
Do you feel like they were letting them play a little bit back there?
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, listen, I'm not finna get up here and complain about holding here or there, because that happens every play, and it's my job to get them off. But, you know, it's part of the game, too, you know, so it is what it is. You know, we didn't get that one, but, you know, it's not the end of the world, you know. Hey, that ain't something I'm going home thinking about, you know. You know, it's a lot of stuff we just need to clean up, you know, like I've been saying. But,
About the V-by for the game.
yeah.
What was that game like?
You know, just proud of each other, man. You know, he had a really good game. You know, kind of as I expected, because I just knew the emotion he was going to bring in this game. You know, you just got to kind of match the energy. He's a great player, you know. So, so yeah.
What did you see on play where Devontae was kind of taken down on the sideline, led to the shut in?
What did I see?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see anything. I just saw the extra stuff, you know, afterwards, and I just came over there to try to protect him. You know, they were doing a little stuff here and there, you know, once again, but that's a part of the game, you know. And, you know, I think it happens in a football game, you know, do a little stuff here and there, try to get on their skin, you know. I think he kind of got a little carried away.
Were you surprised to see Dre and Dom both get ejected after that happened?
Like I said, I didn't know what happened, you know, so I didn't know. So.
Dallas up next. It's like you guys can't catch a breath, really. Going back to work tomorrow, what's kind of the focal point when you start going through this film?
Like it's always been, you know, cleaning up mistakes, you know, holding each other accountable. I think that's important, you know. So.
Since you've been here, there hasn't really been a loss like this in this fashion. How do you get by it? How do you get over it so quickly?
How you get over it? Yeah, sure. You have no choice, you know. Mope around and, you know, be sad and be mad at yourself about it. But, you know, we got a big opponent coming up next week in Dallas on the road. You gotta put your big boy pants on, you know. It's life, you know. Everything ain't gonna go your way every single time. If you think you're gonna go out there and just win in life every single time without a blow, it's not gonna happen like that. So, you know.
How much can this be a chip on your shoulder going into next Sunday night?
Yeah, I don't need a loss to have a chip on my shoulder. You know, I wake up with a chip on my shoulder, so I'm not motivated by a loss. So
You knew that the Niners were going to come in with a high level of intensity. How do you feel you guys, match that energy?
I think we did at times, but I think, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You know. So
if you guys are going to get to where you want to go, you might have to see them again. Have you thought about that, and what would that be like?
No, I mean, you can't really think about that. Most importantly, you got to think about Dallas. You know, that's the only game we got coming up so far. And, a lot of things can happen before the end. You know, you can't look that far ahead because, you know, you look up, you get hit in the mouth again. You know, so we got to focus on Dallas and clean up the mistakes, continue to grow, and, yeah.
Were you surprised that Jalen was able to come back in after he left?
Was I surprised? No, because this is kind of who he is. You know, I didn't. You know, me honestly, I didn't kind of want him to come back in. You know, he took a big. No, I didn't want him to come back in. He took a big shot. You know, and the game's pretty much over, and I didn't want to risk him getting banged up a little more or whatever the case may be. But that just kind of just show you, the player, he don't want to leave his teammates out. You know, but we understood. You know, so.
What could you put into words or kind of like quantify what it would? I mean, you just said you didn't want him to come back in because he might get hurt.
That's me. That's me talking. I didn't know what was going on, but I just know he took a big shot. You know, the game was pretty much kind of over at that moment. You know, and I was kind of just looking out for him. You know, but you know, I really can't control that.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like putting into words, like how damaging it would be to lose him. I mean, can you even put that into words? That possible?
I mean, we don't got to talk about that because that ain't happening. So
yeah.
So.
Were you expecting there kind of physicality and?
For sure, yeah. Of course. Every time you play the 49ers, it's gonna be physical. They're gonna come in and they're gonna try to take over. That's what they do. You know, I understand. Honestly, I like how they play. You know, I like how the team move around. You know, they walk around with that chip on their shoulder like they're the baddest. You know, unfortunately, it was the best team today. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we'll see.
To follow up and to get clarification on the question about intensity, do you feel like you guys matched their intensity in this game?
I mean, I think we matched their intensity, but you know, we're just making mistakes. You know, you can't make mistakes when the other team is playing at a high level like that too. So regardless of we matching intensity, we make mistakes. It don't matter. So.
Do you feel like if you get another shot at them, that adjustments can be made and you can beat that team?
Oh yeah, it's always the mentality that we have. We feel like we're a good team. We just got to go in there and correct our mistakes and make sure we're all on the same page.
Was fatigue any factor? You guys played a ton of snaps last week, and you played 3 very competitive games.
Mm-hmm.
Is fatigue any part of that when you talk about missed tackles?
Nah, we just didn't execute and be physical enough, I guess. You know, at the end of the day, we got to get those guys down. Whether they had a longer time to recover than we did. At the end of the day, you know, professional athletes, and we're expected to make those plays.
After those first couple of drives, was there anything that really changed defensively that led to their touchdown drives?
I mean, I think they stuck to their skin. You know, they did a good job of making plays when they needed to. At the end of the day, you know, they got good players over there, and they made the plays when they needed to. At the end of the day.
You feel like you guys matched their level of intensity in this game?
I mean, I know a lot of people talking about them running out for like pregame and stuff, and you could probably take that as them being intense and whatnot. But I don't think they was really that more intense. I think it was intense too. You know, we had 2 good first drives on defense. We just they just did a good job making plays down the stretch when they needed to.
You guys obviously have some pretty big goals for this season. That's a team you could see again.
Mm-hmm.
If that happens, do you feel like you'd be able to match up with them better than you did tonight?
Oh yeah, I mean, we're gonna go in here, we're gonna correct our mistakes, look at the film, see how they tried to attack us, and I know people down the road, like the next few games, they're gonna try to attack us the same way. We just got to make sure that we don't allow those same things to beat us.